Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show, episode 346. It is a Sunday, and you know what that means. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrates. We're coming at you from the distant past, not so live for you guys. As always, is the Nerd Chicano here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
Sup, everybody. Welcome to the Not So Live show here.
Yeah.
But this is for Sunday. So thank you all for tuning in. And I think Raul did say he might be in chat when this drops.
I might be in chat.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I will
Raul,
probably not because I am the reason we are doing this early because I don't know what my schedule looks like. And I don't necessarily want to be where I will be, but I will be there.
Yeah. Brad, you're bold, man. You're bold saying all this.
It's whatever. My wife already knows I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I love my family, and I said I'd go to one of them, but then another one was like, well, we're gonna have it at 3, and I'm just like, well, there goes my whole fucking Sunday. Like, what if I come early and they're like, no, we're gonna be at church? I'm be like, who goes to fucking, like, okay, I don't have to be at the other one till 1, so there's no anywhere in between like 7 and like 12:30 anytime. You gonna be at church the whole time? Like, really? Like, you're not Catholic. I know you're not Catholic. What the hell?
Brad is not having a good time right now.
I'm not. I'm like, that's my whole fucking Sunday.
Yeah. Brad's like, I could be doing more things.
I could be cleaning my house more. I'd be doing things I need to get done, but no, I'm going to be out going to Easter parties, and I don't have fucking children, so I don't like understand why I have to go to Easter parties and watch all the other kids pick up fucking Easter eggs.
Because Brad, you love your family, and sometimes you have to do things for family that you don't want to do all the time. That is sadly how it works sometimes.
Yes. That's how it works every time. What are you talking about? I missed the goddamn Royal Rumble.
Because I had to see a play.
I missed Cody finishing his story the first time.
Well, he didn't finish it the first time. He was partially
supposed to finish his story, and we know how that ended, and we were all like, what the fuck? And that's why we're at where we're at with this one, because he was like, I'm going to finish my story. And The Rock's like, no, I'm going to finish your story. And we're like, fuck that.
Did you see the whole the whole thing with where he with the segment with Rock and him where he made him
where it goes like completely like
fucking
like the
Thanos?
camera's cut off and he just beating the shit out of Cody.
Yeah.
I mean there was part of me that really thought he was gonna pull I forget, was it did he throw Stone Cold off the bridge or
I
really thought he was about to throw Cody off the bridge in Chicago.
No. I thought that I thought he was gonna tap into Rock from, I can't remember what pay-per-view it was, where he gave like Mick Foley like 10 unprotected chair shots to the head.
Yeah.
And he never apologized to him.
Which is why Mick's probably Mick's
there's other reasons why Mick is
Mick's the way he is for a lot more than just that. I mean, there's the whole Undertaker throwing him off the top of the cage that probably did some damage. Many others, all the extreme matches Mick had as Cactus Jack, as Dude Love, as Mankind, as just fucking Mick Foley. I mean, there's a reason Mick's body is the way it is now. And it's not necessarily just because the 10 shots from The Rock, which I'm sure doesn't help. And now they know like CTE and all that, what causes that. So they've ramped that down. But I mean, don't get shots to the head anymore, which luckily both WWE and AEW are very good at that.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're past that point. We don't like that. Doesn't entertain us.
Well, you see how it affects the older wrestler. I mean, you see how Flair is and how Undertaker is, and you see it's like when Saudi Arabia comes by and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get all these old guys in here to wrestle. It's like, no, Stop it.
No.
Like, if you want them to come and like say hi to the crowd and shit, and they get paid to do that, do that. I don't want to see Undertaker wrestle anymore. Like, I
Yeah.
love Undertaker, like I do, but I don't need to see him wrestle. I don't need to see Kane wrestle. I don't need to see Goldberg wrestle. Nobody needs to see that.
Goldberg doesn't want to wrestle anymore. He just
No,
wants to get his retirement match.
no, I mean, you don't want to see Bret Hart back in there. You don't want to see all these old guys just destroying their bodies even more.
Yeah. We're past the point where we need that to happen anymore.
No, like, you have such good young talent that's in there. And Bobby Lashley, who's like almost 50 and he still looks like he's like 35. I don't fucking know with Bobby Lashley.
Hell yeah, man.
Found in the youth right there.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully, Brad, there's no play on the day you on what's it called, on
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania night 2, because yeah,
I'll probably be doing something.
because I need to, there will be riots if he doesn't win.
Oh, like, I mean, if he does not win, yeah, Triple H. I don't see that happening with Triple H in charge. I mean, they got
was in charge for the last one too.
Okay, good point. But this time, like, I mean, this time it really did look like it was going to be The Rock versus Roman, and then, they did swerve that.
Yeah.
Or
they
chose.
They didn't swerve.
They did swerve. They chose to change it.
Yeah, they pivoted.
They pivoted. Yes.
Yeah. There ain't no goddamn.
No, it wasn't really a swerve. Like, and I don't want to say that because it makes it like WWE. That was their plan all along, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
We know it wasn't. We know they know they fucked up, and they had to be like, ooh, okay, let's get Hollywood Rock in here then.
Yeah.
Which has been great. Like, I mean, I've appreciated Hollywood Rock.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do a little more for the main event of WrestleMania, which is Cody versus Roman. But I guess you got to get through this whole tag team shit now.
Yeah. I gotta say, the way that Roman is just like, Roman's not really doing much to build this match. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, Roman hasn't like defended his title too many times either. So, yeah, I think he's just letting The Rock take the lead for now, and then we'll get.
Well, I think that's
with Roman in the future.
Build, don't you think? That's kind of also the build. It's like
that is the build. Is
like,
I mean,
it's like, hey, you're taking my spot here. Like, I'm supposed to be the one. I'm the main attraction here, and you're kind of like doing all this.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to end up blowing up eventually. I mean, because you had the whole Roman with The Rock being like, I need you to acknowledge me. And it just shows Roman's character is so insecure that he needs someone like The Rock to acknowledge him in order for him to believe he's the leader.
Did you see the last week? That girl that said, you need a room full of random people to acknowledge you, little bitch ass?
That was great. And then it even zoomed in on her, and she's just smiling.
And you can tell, like, that Roman, like, is like, I want to laugh. I want to laugh.
That was fucking good.
Yeah. She cooked Roman. Fucking cooked him, bro. Oh my God.
And it was hilarious too, because the way it was picked up on the mic, it was just very clear.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment. Like, I'm glad that the mics were hot for that to happen, because like those are the moments that like you pick up, like it's like those once in a lifetime moments, right? Like, you know, like when do you, sometimes you don't get those moments. Like, it's just great that they did it. I loved it. I loved every second of that.
Yeah,
like, you need a room full of people to acknowledge your little bitch ass. That's funny.
Good.
I loved it. Oh my God. Oh my God, Brad. But we do have something to do today. We're here to talk about season 2, episode 7 of Invincible. And yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. That's the thing we're gonna do
that
right now. We're gonna
yeah.
Which means I gotta get to the banner.
So if you have not watched this week's episode of Invincible, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, What?
I did it.
Yeah. Fucking Alex was unaware of that I do that noise. Also, you can tell who watches the podcast if they got surprised by that.
Yeah,
Because he was like,
he's
"What the?"
replacing me real soon.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy who couldn't even do like, did he even get a full season on his show? Like, I don't think so.
Leave him alone, Brad.
No, you talking shit. I'm going to talk shit.
But yeah, he was like, "What's it called? What is that?" And I'm like, "I know who watches the podcast then."
Yeah, you don't know that's our sound to let you know it's spoiler warning.
Yeah, man.
Psh,
Come on, bro. You can't.
real viewer you are, Alex.
Can you drop me a view?
Shh.
Oh my god. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, bro. Can you drop me a view, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not once in the how many fucking episodes? And this is just the live show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're at what, close to 670 on the main show.
Bro.
Because I know we passed the 666 mark.
Yeah, we're 6'6". I think Dune is 6'8".
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows, Brad? I'm not even sure anymore, Brad. Like,
with the live show, and that we have probably a lot.
a lot, Brad. We have a lot of episodes. We're constantly podcasting, Brad. I don't know how the fuck we do it. All right. Point is, we're here to talk about Invincible, so let's go ahead and do that,
Because
Brad.
we love it.
We sure do, right now. We sure do. Season 2, episode 7, titled "I'm Not Going Anywhere." Mark's personal life is in turmoil as a formidable new villain emerges, posing Invincible's toughest challenge yet. Meanwhile, Donald confronts his troubled past. Directed by Ian Abando and Dan Duncan, this week's episode is written by Simon Rakiopa, and of course, starring the same cast as always: Stephen Yeun, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Eric Bauza, Zazie Beats, and many more. Oh, who replaced the guy? Eric Bauza is replacing Ezra Miller for in here.
What was Ezra's character?
The Sinclair. D.A. Sinclair.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Brad, I went first on the last episode. You go first. What are your initial thoughts on this episode of Invincible?
It's good. Like, it's a good episode. I mean, the season's been good, but it's not mind blowing. I mean, you remember season 1. Season 1, I was like, oh god, like this was out of nowhere. And then it started with season 2 in the same way, those first 4 episodes we got. And then it seems these last half of this series is just kind of, it's okay. It's good. It gets the story going. Like, I would watch another season of it. I enjoyed just kind of I enjoyed Comic-Con for one. Them going to Comic-Con. That's kind of fucking ridiculous.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, and then him seeing everybody dressed up as him, and he's just like, which I can imagine everyone who plays like a character like that and seeing everybody else dressed up as them has to be thinking the same thing, except Ryan Reynolds, who probably appreciates everybody dressing up as Deadpool. But the Mark and Amber situation, we knew this was coming. We knew that relationship wasn't going to hold. I thought that was pretty good and decent through this episode. I did like that Anissa,
yeah,
the Viltrumite character. I think it's Anissa. Her character coming into this, and then her trying to recruit Mark in, a different kind of way than the other Viltrumites who just beat your ass. She did that too, but she at least tried in the beginning to not beat his ass. It's going to be interesting because I know a little bit of that character. Like, I don't know a lot of the story. I've never read the story, but I do know a little bit of that character in Mark. And I am questioning if they'll move forward with what happens between her and Mark. We'll see, because that'll make this really, really interesting. But I enjoyed those parts. I enjoyed, Donald finally realizing, like, oh, I'm the one who's been erasing my mind this whole time, not Cecil. Like, everybody just wants to blame Cecil for everything. Poor Cecil. And I mean, I am kind of pissed that we get Alan the Alien for like 3 minutes. That's it for an episode, and then we get Angstrom at the very end of this. And you were right. I mean, at least we might be getting him for a full episode at some point because he's supposed to be the big baddie, right? But
yeah, I think it's a big baddie for next season, bro.
yeah, but I'm with you. Like this, if they should have done something more with him because it just feels like he's a throwaway character at this point.
Yeah. So Brad, I have to say, Brad, that this is like, look, this is a good episode, but this is one of those episodes where
Well, how many more episodes do we have to go? One.
One.
Yeah. Why are you giving me filler episodes?
This is one of those episodes where it's like very like off pace, but it has a lot of really good moments.
Yeah.
But overall, as an episode, as a whole, as a constructive, like as a narrative, as in itself, it doesn't really work for me.
No, I mean you have so many bits and pieces, but it's not overall like. But that's been like episode 5, 6, and now 7. That's been kind of. It's like these different episodes, and they haven't quite come together. I mean, because like, we start off at Comic-Con, and then Rex gets himself into a situation because he wants to be like, yeah, I'm all good, but he's really not all good. And so you get him to fight, and Invincible flies over there, and then you get back to Mark and Amber, and then the Viltrumite shows up. I mean, it's a lot of like cool things that happen in the show, but it's not cohesive.
No, it's not, and it's more so like I'm just. How can I say?
I'm tired.
I'm not.
I mean, it's cool to watch.
I love that we finally got that moment with Amber and Mark. I think it was coming, and I think they did a great job at like the way they wrote it, and I think they did a great job with the way that they filmed that. I don't think that this was like an episode that really stood out to me here. No. Like, and we're one from the end, Brad. We have one more episode left.
This doesn't feel. I mean, we were just talking about on the episode before Shogun. We were just talking about Shogun, where Raul finally feels, the episode's starting to gear up. It's been building and building and building. It's starting to gear up. And we got that with Andor. It was build up, and then it like popped off. And this, it feels like we got build up for the first 4 episodes, and then Amazon decided to take a holiday with it. Killed the momentum and never got back on that.
Nope.
At all.
Nope. And I'm just like so I think that a moment that should have felt like more impactful, like his mom like finally like saying yes to a date.
Yeah.
I feel like a moment like that should have felt more impactful just kind of like comes and goes.
Well, and it kind of gets like, oh, that's cool. And then they move on to it's like the quick editing is not helping this.
Yeah.
And I mean they did it in the first season, but it wasn't like 6 or 7 things happening at once. And that's kind of what it feels like. I mean, I get it. It was like 2 or 3 things happening in the first season, but now it just feels like they got so much shit going on and they want to tell us like, yeah, this is happening here, 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 here. But then they somehow leave out like Nolan again, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I'm just like, so yeah, and like the stuff with I can't remember his name, Brad. Like the guy's boyfriend. Like,
oh, is it
I can't remember his name, Brad. Like for the life of me, I can never remember this guy's name.
I want to say it's not Rick. I said Rick last time.
Yeah. Help me remember this guy's name, Brad.
I'm looking it up. I'm trying. Um,
Because like I swear to God, bro, I can never remember this motherfucker's name.
this, everybody watching this is everybody just screaming at this at a screen right now. It's like Fred or like Frank or like I fucking don't know. I know who you're talking about. He was D.A. Sinclair cut him apart.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why I want to say District Attorney Sinclair, bro.
oh, it's Rick Sheridan. So it was Rick.
Okay, Rick. Okay.
Yeah, it's Rick.
So
That's
like
William's love interest. So
yeah. So like with him, I was like, okay, like this is really interesting.
I thought that was the most interesting part of the episode, kind of,
Yeah,
because
I
it was
was.
Donald having to talk him down of all
I was like,
people,
okay, this is
or
interesting.
robots, or
But
cyborgs,
we
whatever
don't
the fuck
spend
Donald is.
enough time with that. Like I was like, don't
No,
leave this moment. I want you to let this simmer. Like let this
continue
sit
on.
with us. And you're
Yeah,
just cutting from this.
I mean, because Donald is like, when they bring Donald out and say like, oh, he's been a cyborg, and then they make it a really interesting thing of him like, oh, I've been erasing my memory all these times, so like I'm not scared to go and fight. And it's like you could have sat on that longer, but then you guys just cut to more just like, like a part of the story. But at the same time, it's like, why is everything only lasting 5 minutes?
Yeah. I think at this point there's such a like a need to get to the end here. Like we just need to get there. Like we need to be done with this. And it's obvious like they haven't like this. It's obvious like they're not liking this. I also like I get it, guys. I get how that's funny, but that whole fucking part with the guy at Comic Con who's saying like, no, sometimes it takes time to animate some stuff. It's like,
And you have to
please
be
don't
far
fucking
away, and yeah,
fucking
I
please.
mean that was hilarious in itself. Highly
But it's like,
unnecessary.
but you're really
It's
gonna
very
put
meta.
that in there after people are kind of complaining about the fact that this season's not kind of good right now, and you put in that, and it just feels like it feels like they're saying like, guys, don't be mean to us, guys. Like we're trying our best here.
I mean, it's very meta, very kind of hilarious, but that's not the. I don't think that's what's causing the issues with the show. Is when they don't animate people's, like they see them from the back, so they don't have to animate their faces and all that.
I don't think that's
That's not what's hurting the show. What's hurting the show is you have like 10 storylines, and you're trying to fit all of them into a single episode, and you're cutting away like 5 minutes. And I mean, Roll's right. Like, you don't sit on anything long enough to make us really care.
yeah, yeah, and it's just like I'm ready, Brett. I'm ready for
I'm
for the
tired.
season to be done.
I mean,
I'm
I love this series, but this season is making me tired.
yeah.
I mean, I need like a break. I need them just do an Alan the Alien episode, just all Alan, or do
Though
what you did
I
in the first and split like you did Mark, and then you did Alan.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see Alan go up against Anissa, and that's kind of what it showed. Like, hey, Anissa is kind of wants to go up against Alan. I thought
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I
but
can
then
see that.
then they like end it right there.
Yeah,
And then they go to Angstrom, who we've been trying to see since the very first episode, because like he turned into Big Brain and left. Um, and we're
big brain.
finally getting him back, but they're not gonna do anything with him in this final episode. I already know it. They're not gonna. They have too many other fucking storylines that they either got to do something with. Like at this point, I kind of hope they killed Rex. I mean, I like Rex now, but at
But
this point, it's like they need to end some storylines.
like here, like I really liked that moment where he was like, hey, like Rex has kind of gone off and to do his own mission. Like Rex is like, hey, like I just felt like I needed to do something. Like I like that moment with him and Invincible.
Yeah.
But like once again, like okay, but you're just not letting this kind of like
No, and then they
sit
cut it
here.
away, and he's off doing fucking something else. And
Yeah,
it's like, Rex might have had a more pivotal death had you let him die.
it's like, but I feel like we're kind of like we're seeing this kind of redemption of
Yeah,
Rex.
like I really enjoy Rex,
So I don't
but
know
but
what
they
we're
need to
heading with that.
but
Like,
they
are we?
need to do some they need to do something substantial and like hold on to it and show it longer than they have been for me to give a shit.
Yeah, because like at this point, I don't think I really care about these characters enough, other
I mean, it's like the immortal. Like
than
they
Mark.
keep going the immortal. Immortal's depressed. Like we get it. Immortal's depressed. Like you don't have to tell us every episode. Like we got it in the last episode. He's depressed. He wants to go on vacation. Like why do we need to see this whole conversation between Cecil and Immortal? Immortal wants to go on vacation.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know, bro. I'm just this season is like half of this season. I loved it. I was like, dude, this is a really good season. I'm really enjoying this. We hit that halfway mark. We came back after what 2 months, and I'm like,
They killed the momentum. It's what Amazon did. I see nothing on Twitter anymore about Invincible. Like
no.
there's nothing.
Hold on, I'm gonna check the hashtag because I tweeted something. And I was like, I want to see the hashtag. Let me see when was the most recent. Like, what are people saying in here?
Maybe I'm not
Where
following the right people. I don't know. But I mean, compared to the first four, I was seeing Invincible like everywhere on my feed.
2 hours ago, people just talking about Anissa. What's it called? What's it called? Anissa edits. I mean, I'm not seeing much, Brad.
No, I mean the hype that they had at the very beginning of this, because we'd waited for
No.
this show for how long? 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years, something ridiculous. Which that's animation for you. It's nothing can be like The Simpsons, or South Park, because South Park took the Jurassic Park computer for their
Yeah.
fucking cartoon show. But still, it's. I mean, they just destroyed the momentum they had,
I
and that's what we're
also
getting.
I have to say, like, what's it called? Like, but like, I did like the stuff with Anissa. I like the voice acting from like what's it called? From Zazie Beats in the restaurant. She was
Yeah,
like she really was scared. Like I could tell. Like I was like, okay, it feels like she's scared. Like I
yeah.
really like that. But
I mean, like I'm not blame the voice actors of cast or any
no,
of
no,
that. I
it's just
feel
the
like
execution. It's the
I feel like the
execution.
storytelling, like, and it's good stories, but they're trying to fit 10 pounds of shit in a 5 pound bag, and it's overflowing. It's not working. They're losing pieces here and there, and it's just at this point it's you either need to cut some stuff and linger and let us breathe and have those episodes more memorable, because the way they're going is like for people with ADHD, that's kind of how the episodes feel. It's like squirrel,
Yeah.
which I mean people with like our whole generation has ADHD, which is not helping.
I feel like to you like what I'm telling you, Brad. It's like I feel like the episode is scrambling. I feel like this feels like the episode is the season is scrambling to end, and it's
Yeah,
like it just
because
doesn't feel like
they know they only
moments. It
have one
doesn't feel like
episode.
moments are sitting with you long enough.
No, and I think it's because they know they have one more episode and they're trying to complete this part of the story before season 3.
Yeah. So and I feel like season 3 is probably gonna take longer. Yeah. At this point, it's like I like what's it called? I like that what's it called? Um what's it called? I like where we're I like what's it called? I like the animation. I like the editing.
I like the
I mean,
cast.
I'm sorry. I like the voice acting, like all these things, but it's like,
It's just good.
it's good.
It's like not. It's
It's
not great.
average. Like
It's
this.
average. But then again, I mean, when Amazon first released this, they had no competition for us to like. This was kind of it, like
Yeah.
those first 4 episodes, and now we have Shogun.
But like, imagine, like, remember where we were at when we watched episode 4? We're like, oh my god, that moment with Nolan, like going off over there. We
Yeah,
were like really hyped and like, this is a really good episode. And then it's just like that. Like
yeah, it's okay now. It's just okay. That's cool. He made it with the bug. Meh.
mm,
he had a purple kid. He had Thanos. That's
mm.
cool.
It's like I got better stuff that I've been watching.
Yeah. I got other shit that I need to watch.
Yeah. It's like that's,
And I got Shogun and Tokyo Vice, and I got all this other cool shit. But it's good.
it's
I'm
good.
not saying it's bad. It's good. It's just it's not great.
Excuse me. No, it's not great. And that's what I've been conditioned with Invincible, to have these great episodes where these what's it called, they've been doing these great stuff, and it's like now it's just that's not what we're getting, Brad.
Just from season 1, there's so many there's so many memorable scenes. Omni-Man beating the shit out of his son. That got memed to hell and back. The think Mark think. I mean, like crazy.
Yep.
And that's really not in this season. Like there's a few things, but that's really not this season.
Yeah. But I mean, they all can't be winners, right, Brad?
No, unfortunately.
Fortunately not. They can't all be winners. What's your final verdict on this episode, Brad?
I'm gonna give this episode a 7 out of 10.
I'm coming a little bit higher, Brad. I'm giving this episode 7.5. And it's fine. It's a good episode.
Good.
There's a lot of great moments, like Amber and Mark breaking up, the moment at the restaurant, that whole that whole conversation.
Anissa and the cruise ship, and Mark and the cruise ship. That was pretty good.
And it's just like, but there's also moments that I feel like should be more impactful, and they don't feel impactful.
No.
And it's just kind of like, okay, so this is where we're at now, and we're headed to this final. I'm like, this isn't how I should be feeling before your season finale. Like, I should be hyped. I should be hyped for this, Brad.
I should feel like I'm walking in and I'm about to see this like final great fucking battle, or this final person versus person in some form, or something epic should be happening at the end of the season. But I guess not every show's built like that. But I just feel like, if you're having a season finale, you should already be going and having us like just preparing ourselves to see something. And I don't feel that yet.
Yeah. And that concludes our review here. We're done, guys. We've been we're tired. We've been doing this for a bit now. But yeah, we're tired. It's 11:07 over here. It's 9:07 over there for Brad. So we're tired. Go ahead and follow us on all the stuff. Nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore_, Instagram and Threads at Nerdcore. Discord links in the description below. Patreon.com/Nerdcore for early access, along with other cool stuff. Leave a subscription. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to
the channel. Leave a like and a review.
Yeah,
5-star. Leave 5-star.
Yeah, sorry. All that stuff, man. It helps us out so much. Yeah, I'm not excited for the season finale of season 2. It's been a very such an average
nothing to be really
season.
Hyped about.
No. Unless they magically do some crazy shit next week, which I doubt it.
I feel like you would have to linger on something to show the crazy shit, and they just haven't been doing that.
No. So yeah. Who knows? But that's it, guys. We're done here, guys. We're tired. We're gonna get out of here. So without further ado, Brad, send him out.
All right, our own thing being host as always. Thank to all those who join us in chat in the future, as this is a recording. Roll might be on to talk to you guys though. Thank to all the listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'll just say I hope you all have a happy Easter. Have a good holiday. Stay safe, and
we'll see you for Charlie Chaplin month.
Hell yeah. Also, Nolan has risen. Young Yoda out.
These were good times, Brad.